So I recently managed to find some of the new diecast engines. I managed to get Thomas, Rosie, and even Oliver as well. So today I'm going to be reviewing Thomas and Rosie. In the next video I will look at Oliver and Toad. Just before I start the video, I want to just apologise for the lighting. The sun is just really bright, so the lighting isn't very good. But there's not really much I can do about that. So yeah, let's take a look at Thomas first. So here is the box, and we've got that sort of really ugly promotional art that just kind of looks like AI, to be honest. I mean, I don't think it is. I think it's just really badly photoshopped, but yeah, I mean, it does kind of look like AI. And then on the back, we've actually got a list of the different engines. So yeah, I actually quite like the new box design. I think the sort of tracks going along the side is pretty cool. The darker blue looks good as well. And I forgot to mention, we've also got the brand new logo at the top. I'm still not a big fan of the new logo. I mean, it's kind of a pointless change, but you know, it's not a big deal. So yeah, let's get him out of the box, and I don't really want to damage the packaging too much, so I'm going to try and be somewhat careful here, but I mean, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. And here he is. So this is actually my first look at this, and it actually looks really good. I'm kind of surprised about how nice this actually is. I mean, proportionally, he's reminding me a lot of the Take Along and Take and Plays. I think he looks really good. The new face is still a bit weird, but okay, I've kind of just noticed something. Can you see that? There is a visible gap in between the smoke box and the boiler. That's not very good. I'm also not a big fan of, like, how high up he is, like, on the wheels, if you get what I mean. I think his wheels are just way too low down. It kind of looks like he's, like, stretching up or something. So we'll take a closer look at him in a minute, but first we have to look at Rosie. So there's Rosie's box. The new face is a bit weird, I will be honest. I mean, it doesn't look like her, but yeah. So on the back of the box, it's the same. The promo art on Rosie also looks kind of like AI as well. But yeah, I have to say, in the box, Rosie does look pretty good, but I will not say anything until I've actually gotten her out. So here she is, and it actually looks really good, to be honest. I mean, there are a few things I'm noticing that I don't like, but overall, she does look really good. But yeah, I really like the shade of red. The face on the toy actually doesn't look as bad as it does on the box. But yeah, it looks really nice. So yeah, actually, hang on, let's compare the weight. I think Rosie's quite a bit heavier. And we can also test out the magnets as well, which is cool. You can't really see it. Okay, here they are. So the magnets are maybe not as strong as the motorized ones, although the motorized ones are likely going to be pulling more. But I mean, they're pretty good. And also the magnets don't look anywhere near as bad as they did on the, what year was it? Was it like 2014 Take and Plays? Where those really huge magnets that kind of ruined them. I think because of the larger scale of these, the larger magnets do look a bit better, but I would obviously much rather have the old smart magnets that can couple both ways. But I mean, these are pretty good, and they do roll pretty smoothly as well. You can also see the Sodal Bay Bridge that I'm using as a tripod because I'm professional. But yeah, so let's just get rid of Rosie for a minute and take a look at Thomas. And I do just want to apologize again for the lighting. It's pretty bad. But yeah, so here is Thomas. The face, I mean, it isn't the worst face, but I'm still sort of getting used to it. I am starting to kind of like it, and I think it does look pretty good on this sort of smaller scale. I think it looks a bit weird on, like, the... Go away, Rosie. Go away. Stop it. Thank you. Anyway, I think the new face does look a bit weird on the larger scale ones, like the whistling Thomas and stuff. But overall, I think the new face looks pretty good here. The shade of blue is the same as it normally is. Although the wheels, you probably can't tell on camera. Yeah, you can't. But in person, the wheels look a bit more like a green color than the blue. I mean, they're not green, but I think the plastics are maybe a slightly different color to the metal. But yeah, so let's have a look at the side. I really like the number 1. The red shading around it looks a bit different than it used to, but it looks pretty good. It's got sort of like more of a shadow effect. It probably doesn't make any sense, but I mean, you can sort of tell it looks different. But yeah, he's got the rivets along the tanks, which look really good. He's got the boiler bands, and I was scared they were going to be wonky because a lot of the 80th anniversary stuff had very wonky lining, but they look pretty good. One problem I do have is the dome is just a little bit too small. I think it could do with being a bit bigger, but it's not a big deal. He's also got the water filler caps on top of the tanks, which is cool. He's got a molded whistle. It's not painted though, which is kind of a shame. The cab roof is actually a separate piece. I think they got that from the All Engines Go stuff, because all of that stuff had like separate cabs. And the coal is also molded into the same piece as the cab as well, so that's pretty cool. He's got a molded lamp on the back. It's not painted. Speaking of things not being painted, the buffers are not painted. They're also not like 3D, because on the 80th anniversary stuff and the All Engines Go stuff, all the buffers were like 3D. It's not even focused. All of the buffers were like 3D and it looks really cool. But on these, the buffers are just flat, which isn't as nice. He's got a molded lamp as well. That looks really good, actually. It's not painted though, which is a shame. It probably should be. Although the handrails on the side of the cab are actually painted, and they're like molded in to the sides. You can like feel them, and they're 3D, which is cool. But yeah, that's all I've got to say about Thomas, really. I mean, I don't think he's as good as the 80th one. I know a lot of people might disagree on that, but I do think the 80th one was still better, even with its flaws. But yeah, so let's have a look at Rosie. And this might actually be the best diecast Rosie. The face is accurate to the 3D render. Still not a big fan of the new face, but I mean, it's not as bad as like Harold's or like Toby's. I'm not a big fan of Toby's face, to be honest. But yeah, so if we take a look at the side, she's got the NWR. On the side of the cab, there's the 37. I don't know why Rosie's number 37. Maybe some people know in the comments, or maybe the show crew just chose that number at random. I don't know. She's got the headlamp as well. No paint on the side though, which is a shame. So yeah, it's only painted on the front, which doesn't look very good, to be honest. On top of the boiler, she's got the 3 domes. The boiler looks a bit plain. Actually, is she supposed to have lining on the boiler? Yeah, she is. She's supposed to have gold bands on the boiler, and they've missed that out. Well, that's kind of a shame. She also hasn't got, like, the gold on the running board, if you can, like, see it there. So, yeah, it's all red. It looks a bit plain. She's got handrails on the side of the cab, though. That's cool. And she's got the same sort of cab and coal thing that Thomas has. She hasn't got a whistle though. That's kind of interesting. She hasn't got cab windows as well. I don't know if I forgot to mention that Thomas has cab windows, but yeah, neither of them have cab windows. And she's also got a lamp on the back as well. I haven't mentioned the new wheels yet as well. I don't know if these are the same wheels that were on the 80th stuff. Can't really remember. But, I mean, the wheels look good. I haven't actually talked about what's on the bottom. So, unfortunately, they got rid of, like, the white text that says the name, and now it's just molded on, so it's sort of less easy to see. But you can sort of see there, it says Rosie, and there's, like, a T for Thomas. And I guess Thomas has the same. Yeah, he does. It says V10A. I'm guessing that's, like, the factory and the date, maybe. People who know about that type of thing can let me know in the comments. It also says 2026. But yeah, so I think that's all I have to say about these two. They look really good. In the next video, I'll be looking at Oliver and Toad, which I'm very excited for. I would like to get maybe Gordon in the future. Henry looks pretty good as well. Maybe Percy and James. I probably won't get Toby because he looks a bit horrible. But yeah, so I'm going to quickly get some other Thomases and Rosies to compare these two to, if that makes sense. But yeah, so let's do some comparisons. Okay, so here we have some comparisons then. So we'll start off by looking at Thomas, and here is the classic 2013 Take and Play Thomas. Mine is very dusty actually. Yeah, but this is my old Thomas here. And there are quite a few similarities here. There are quite a lot of differences as well. But now that this one has the magnets, they can connect, of course, which is pretty cool. But I have to say, proportionally, they are kind of similar. They're sort of a bit squashed and tall. I mean, rather than like the Ertl one that's shorter in height. But yeah, if we compare the faces, you can see the new face is very different to the original CGI face. But yeah, I mean, they're both good. I obviously prefer this one. But yeah, next up we've got the classic wooden Thomas. This is a 2002 one. And the only reason I'm comparing these is, of course, the magnets. So yeah, wooden railway and die cast can once again connect with each other, which is cool. And if we just look at the faces, if it will focus. If we just look at the faces, they are very different. They have a few similarities. I think I did point out the similarities in my motorized Thomas video. If you haven't seen my motorized Thomas review, then check that out. I do think I said in the review that this was pretty good. And it is good. Thankfully my one isn't one of the broken ones that can barely work. But yeah, the new motorized Thomas is pretty good. Here he is with the die-cast one. The faces, pretty much the same there. So here he is next to the Ertl Thomas, and these two are probably the most different actually. The faces are just so different. Even the shades of blue are different. And this one, I mean, this one's a much larger scale, but it is still shorter than the Ertl Thomas. I think I do prefer the Ertl Thomas. Some people might disagree, but I just really like the Ertl Thomas. It isn't the best Thomas ever, but I mean, I still really like it. And then next up is the 2025 Thomas. So yeah, you can tell they sort of borrowed a few things from this Thomas to make this Thomas. They're still pretty different though. This Thomas is much wider. His dome's a lot bigger, and so is his funnel actually. The faces are a similar size, so if you could, well, I was going to say if you could unscrew this one, but they are riveted together. But this one is unscrewable, so if you just sort of like drill the rivets out, you can probably swap the faces and have like a really cool Thomas with the CGI face, but with like these proportions here. But yeah, you can see this one had the coupling rods on the side. This one doesn't, although it has space for them. Maybe did they originally design this Thomas with the side rods in mind and then remove them? I don't know, but yeah. I mean, I still can't get over the gap between the wheels and the running board. It's just kind of distracting. Anyway, so those are the comparisons. Let's just compare Rosie now. I've only got one for Rosie, and it is the wooden one. Here is the 2022 wooden Rosie. But yeah, I definitely like the old face more though. Here's the new face. Here's the old one. This Rosie's getting really hot in the sunlight. It's burning my fingers a bit. But yeah, here is the old Rosie and the new one. Or the wooden Rosie, rather. But yeah, but you can see this one has the gold bands on the boiler, whereas this one doesn't. They decided to be lazy. But yeah, so that's all the comparisons. But yeah, I think that is pretty much it for this video. I do just want to apologise for not uploading recently. It's been really hot in the UK at the moment. So it's kind of been impossible to make videos without just dying from heat. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you're going to get any of these new ones, or if you've got them and what you think of them. But yeah, thanks for watching, and bye for now.